Nathan, how you feeling, mate?
Yeah, very good. Just the last few, obviously, since we last spoke, and obviously, give me your training recommendations. The only thing I haven't been able to do is just the big long rides on the road because it's
Okay.
only today that I got my bike. So I can't say I got lovely Pinarello from Powell, so that was amazing. But that I'm literally going on the bike in a second. I'm going to go to the boxing gym. It's only like a steady 6 mile ride. So I'll ride 6 miles there, train 6 miles back, and then tomorrow I'm going to go on a big long ride. So, but
Oh,
yeah,
excellent.
but other than that, the watt bike I've just been doing an hour every morning, just
Okay.
just spin it out. Probably just averaging just over 2 watts a kilo, like just keeping it dead easy. But it's more the comfort on my bum more than anything. So that's just getting used to that. Now it's sound, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah, excellent. Cool. So well, a couple of things to talk about. One, the comfort on the seat. Really, we want to just make sure we got some good padded cycling shorts. That will help. You can also get like a chamois cream.
Yeah,
ASOS make quite a good one, which has like a numbing agent. I
yeah,
use that for Iron 105. That's really good. So do that. Yeah, the hour a day. That's brilliant. That's going to get you on track. But yeah, we do need to be doing some longer sessions. So tomorrow, yeah, just try and basically go as long as possible because also, it's all very well being fit enough to cycle
yeah,
for 5, 6 hours, but also you need to like really start nailing the fueling. So, you want to be having at least 500 mils of liquid every hour, I would guess, with a little bit of electrolytes in there as well, and probably some carb powders just to give you that energy. Look,
yeah.
there's going to be feed stations on the ride, so we don't have to stress too much about carrying food. And if the last ride's anything to go by, the feed station is amazing. So
Okay.
I'm actually really
Yeah,
looking forward to that.
yeah,
So you'll be able to fill up there, but yeah, just making sure we getting something in between feed stations just will make you feel a little bit better. There was a debate on Pow's Facebook about headwinds, 20% extra climbs, or mechanical 10K from the finish. Uh, I'm not going to have any of those.
yeah. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, what's the worst? What's the worst to have of those three? Would you rather have a headwind all day, 20% extra climbing, or a mechanical 10K from the finish?
okay. I
Ah,
I prefer the climbing. I would. I
yeah,
prefer that. Yeah,
I'd take the climbing. I think the one I definitely wouldn't want is the mechanical 10K from the end. Like, oh, it's just I had that once where I had a double blowout because I hit a pothole and it was pouring with rain. I was like 4 miles from home, 3 miles from home. So in my head,
yeah,
I was, oh, I'll be home in 10 minutes. So then took me like an hour to walk.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but on that note, for everyone, there is going to be actually a mechanical support for the ride. So if anyone does have a mechanical, someone will come and be able to help you. So no one can stress out there. Um, so yeah, I mean, what are you most looking forward to for the ride coming up?
Well, see, my friends with me, Luke Catch. He's a great runner. To be fair, he doesn't cycle that much, but he's a reasonably fit athlete. So I think the social side of it would be good, obviously. But just to get through because I work in miles, like it's like 62 miles. I think it is something roughly. So obviously do the 100K, 62 miles, whatever. That'll be good to do. But yeah, I've not really been. See, if I was to ever do a marathon, like Luke, my friend, he did it. I think like 2 hours and 47 minutes in the last time. So he's a good runner. But bear in mind, he's like 13 and a half stone. He's a big lad. Um, but I'd want to do it in a fast time. But this one, I'm not thinking to myself, I need to get a particular time. I'm just thinking, if I can get done by 5 hours, I'll be happy with that. But yeah, it'd be interesting. I've never done anything like this. So like you said about the refueling and stuff, that's something I'm not really taking into account. Because when you're on the bike for hours at a time, I will need to eat some food. But yeah, we'll just see how that goes.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm looking forward to just get. I've never done a long sort of gravel ride. I actually only, believe it or not, people find this surprising, but I actually only got my first gravel bike like 2 months ago. I
Yeah,
was always like road or mountain bike. Like I
yeah,
never really did in between. And then I sort of just didn't want to do the mountain bike for whatever reason. I broke both thumbs skiing years ago, so like downhills are really tricky. And then I got a gravel bike. I thought I'll give this a go, and it just it answered that like it filled that gap that I didn't know needed filling, which was
Yeah,
the ability to go fast and cover like mileage with the sort of safety, as it were, of not being on a public road for the gravel sections.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's actually what I'm really looking forward to. Like just those, that 20% of the gravel. Yeah, it's just going to be super fun. So yeah, really looking forward to that. So well, I mean, while I'm here, while you've got me, anything else that you have, any questions you have?
I think the framework you gave me before in terms of just getting that the steady hour working at least a day. But I think I'm gonna have to get on the road this week, get as many miles in as possible, like you said, and then I'll catch up with you in regards to I'll send you some messages in regards to what to do. So I think if I do, how many miles do you think I should do in one go?
Just as long as you can,
Yeah,
really. The thing with cycling, unlike running, is there's very little risk of injury by just
yeah,
doing volume. But
yeah,
we really just want to you know what it feels like to be in that position. Your neck might get a bit sore, your bum might get a bit sore, and then you just that kind of comes with experience. So yeah, if you can go out for like 2, 3 hours, that'd
okay,
be great.
yeah,
It's going to do one of two things. It's either going to feel great, which is a nice
yeah,
confidence boost, or you're going to feel a bit rubbish and go, whoa, I
yeah.
need to like up my game a
Yeah.
little bit here. So.
So in regard, see this for me, like in terms of routes, do I just free ball it and just ride anywhere?
Yeah, so it depends up to you. If you know your local area,
Yeah,
like where I live, let's say I want a 2 hour ride, I know that actually if I go out of here and I go up and I go over Molarth and I go around to sort of like Denbigh area, around to Ruthin, back over Movamai, like that's going to be roughly about 2 hours for me with
yeah.
two nice climbs in it. Um, for you could go onto Strava. So Strava's routing options are pretty good.
Okay, yes, I didn't even know that. See,
Yes.
I very rarely I have used Strava for running,
Yeah.
but I've never really used it for routes or anything. But I didn't even realize you could do that.
Yeah, and it's because it tells you all the sort of they have a heat map and it shows you all the popular roads for
Okay,
cycling that takes you
yeah,
away from like busy main roads. Or like, look, I mean, the good old Google, you could just, get a handlebar mount for your phone, clip it in, just
yeah,
tick, fancy going to that town and click the cycling mode and it'll
yeah,
take you usually down some back roads. So, yeah, that's pretty good. Like talking of equipment and that sort of thing, anyone else who's watching this what should you be checking out on your bike? You just make sure like the chain's in good condition, you've put a bit of oil on it, your tires are in good condition and you're unlikely to get a puncture. Although there's mechanical support, it's just annoying, especially if you're riding with a good bunch of people and you've got a puncture and it depends on how
yeah,
well if it's top gear rules, they'll just leave you, right?
yeah, yeah,
So yeah, we just want to be making sure the brakes work, especially if you're doing the gravel bit. There's going to be slightly downhill bits, and you want to make sure that even potentially, if it rains, it's not going to rain. The weather's going to be
yeah,
amazing, like it
yeah,
was on the last Sportive. But brakes that don't work so well, in the rain are even worse. So everyone needs to be making sure that they sort of get that out and get that all sorted. And then clothing wise, just be prepared for potentially all conditions on the day.
yeah,
If it's going to be super hot, you need your sun cream and eyewear. If it's going to be sort of super cold, then obviously you need your rain jackets and that sort of thing. It's always weird if this is intermediate, where like, oh, it's not too hot, or it might be cold to start, but then you got to take layers off. So you really want to be having sort of some lightweight layers that you can scrumple up and put in your jacket pocket. So
okay,
you don't want to be having this like big heavy jacket for the first hour of the ride, and then suddenly you get too hot and you're like, oh, well, what do you do with it, right? So yeah, make sure you get that. Get as at least minimum 2 bottle cages on your bike. So you want to
yeah,
be getting 2 bottle cages, and I would suggest the 750 ml uh, bottles, which you can
yeah.
then refill at the aid station. In that, I would throw, if you want a bit of carbohydrate powder, which I'll definitely be doing just as a top up, and you can also throw some electrolyte, a little
Yeah,
electrolyte.
I've got some electrolytes here, so yeah,
Okay.
I could get some stuff loaded up. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So you want to do that. Um, and then look, I mean, it's unlikely any of us are going to be cycling in the dark. But some people, and I will have one, I will have a daylight light on the back
Yeah,
of my bike, a daylight running light, a flashing one. So that's sort of essential. Then obviously you need helmet, and if you wear gloves, I don't wear gloves when I cycle, but some people like
yeah,
wearing gloves, so get your gloves. Um, so yeah, that's sort of what everyone just needs to be making sure that, because there's nothing worse than getting to the morning and you get your bike out, it's got flat tire, you're like, oh
yeah,
no. So just
yeah.
everyone check their bike and make sure it's all good. Um, I've got a question just for you in general. Like, do you
Okay.
listen to music at all, like when you train or
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah. See when I've been on the bike, I'll either have a podcast on or I'll have music or some. I don't think I could do this without music, to be fair. Right.
really?
So or a podcast or something just to keep me entertained
Yeah,
for 5 hours. Like so
yeah.
yeah. So why is that what you're gonna say to have music?
No, so well, there's a couple of bits of advice there. I don't take anything. When I train,
Okay.
I'll do 6 hours with nothing. I love it. I used to
Yeah.
have to have music or podcasts,
Yeah.
but the one recommendation I always have is just use one headphone,
Yeah. Okay.
because then you
Safety.
can
Yeah.
you have your other ear for cars, because you get
Yeah.
a feel for like cars that come up too close behind you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then also you just get double the battery life because when the one dies, you've put that back in the pod and you listen to the other
Yeah.
one. So
Yeah.
you get to listen to it longer. What's going to be your go-to for this ride?
I'm not so sure myself. Like, I'll probably. I see. I need to stop it, but like, I just usually listen to training podcasts or nutritional. I mean, but I've done that for the last 20 years. I've been
Hmm.
obsessed by stuff like that. And you realize the more that you learn, the less you need to learn because it's all good back down to the basics. But yeah, but music wise, I will have some. I'll have like a Solomon mix on there. Like he's like a house DJ. He's quite good. So I'm more of a house music kind of guy, but a bit more melodic house. I do like a bit more chilled out
Yeah, yeah,
than
yeah.
high tempo stuff. But
Oh,
yeah,
we should maybe people watching this can put in the comments any song that has the word Stone in it or the band, like, Queens of the Stone Age.
yeah. Queen's
So
Strange,
everyone,
yeah, good band. Yeah,
comment on this video any songs that reference Stone, and then maybe we should like someone at Power will put together a playlist for
yeah,
us of everything to do with Stones, like or
yeah,
Flintstones theme tune or something. I don't know.
yeah,
This could be fun. So yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm sort of circling back to the weather thing, but yeah, I mean, we've been pretty lucky with weather, and the last Sportive was amazing. But it is worth for, and I say this to everyone, like always try and go out and train when the weather is terrible. Because
yeah,
like the more you can do that now, the better if it is raining on the day, you'll go like, oh, actually, this is not as bad as that time I went out in early June, you know.
yeah.
So yeah, that's a tip for everyone. If there is a rainy day coming up, just get on the bike and go out and just see what it feels like to use your brakes, dodge potholes. It just gives you a bit of experience because there's nothing worse than like training in the heat the whole time and then suddenly you get
It's
to the
freezing.
day
Yeah,
and it's raining and you're like, oh no, and it's just
yeah,
whereas I now like I do this all the time, so every time I have like a slightly rainy day here in Wales, I'm like, well, it's actually not as bad as that time I got chased by tornadoes in in America. So
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, it's not that bad. Um, so yeah, cool. Yeah, so other than that, I think, as long as you just keeping doing the hour a day,
yeah,
I think what I'd like to see you start doing is, if you're doing 5 days a week, one of those at the moment, try and do like quite big power on that
yeah.
one.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, so like whatever day of the week that suits you, on the watt bike, you just crank up that power and just like grind it because that gives you that strength for the hills. Like
yeah, yeah,
you need the volume for the endurance and the mitochondria build up and just your ligaments and tendons getting strong. But we also need the bit of power to get up the hills. So yeah, if we can do at least one day a week of
yeah.
just like grinding it and get those power muscles, which you'd probably be good at the power stuff anyway, just because of
Yeah,
boxing.
yeah, yeah, but it's all specific. Like it's just, I mean, I am strong, like in terms of, like physical strength, in terms of, like me squats and so on. But yeah, but it's specific to the riding. I do need to kind of, but I'll do that on a Wednesday. On a Wednesday morning, I'll kind of, I'll put the high intensity in and put the strength into the riding on that.
Cool. Yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, definitely do that. Um, right. Well, I think unless you have anything else, I think we've
No,
covered pretty much everything,
yeah,
mate.
yeah, you've covered everything I need. I think the most important thing from what you were mentioning is the thinking about the obviously the refueling when it comes down to it. Because I haven't even thought about, to be fair, I've been doing all my sessions just fasted in the morning. Just so I'll just go on the bike. I won't have eaten anything, but I was mainly doing that so I could lose some weight more than anything. So, but yeah, but that's an hour. But if I'm on the bike for 4 or 5 hours, I need something in between. So that's definitely something that I will take on board and apply when I'm doing the big rides tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. Just whatever you like to eat, just have it in your back pocket. If you have, put a bit of electrolytes in your water. Um, because a lot of the time people think they're not fit enough, but actually they're just massively underfueled. When I'm
Yeah,
coaching
yeah,
people for Ironman, most of them are taking on about half of what they should be taking on. You know,
yeah.
they genuinely are like way off the mark, and then they feel they think, oh, I'm not really fit enough. But yeah, just you eat your way through it sometimes.
Okay, yeah, that's brilliant. No, thank you very much. I do appreciate your help with that, and hopefully, if I have any issues when I go on the rides and stuff, I'll get in contact. So
Yeah,
let
just
you know.
message me, mate. Yeah, message
Yeah,
me. And if anyone else has any issues, you can always Instagram me. Any training tips or whatever, nutrition tips, just hit me up on Instagram, everyone. But yeah, nice one, mate. And
yeah,
yeah,
top man.
well, yeah, not long to go now. We'll see you at the
Yeah,
start.
yeah. I'll see you soon, mate. Yeah. Anyway, thanks so much. You take
Nice,
care.
nice one, mate.
Bye. Bye.